I use this masthead font that says, typical of the pop genre. The red contrasts well against the background, helping the masthead jump out at the reader. In my Survey Monkey results, 15 out of 17 people commented on how much they liked it. Also, the cracks in the eyes make them seem like broken records. One person from my survey noticed this and said, I think they look like records. This helps to adjust the genre to indie as the cracks show the attitude of the main article, but the pop genre still remains in control. The bands shown here are typical of the indie pop genre. These would be similar to magazines like Q and NME. This gives the appearance that my magazine is conventional, and the red continues the house style established by their masthead. Most magazines use this to show that each page belongs to the same magazine. Within the left third are a few of the most important elements of a music magazine: the flash, part of the main image, and the main article. The reason I chose to do this was because other magazines like Kerrang and Mixmag use the left third so people can see the part of the magazine when it is on the shelf. This draws the reader in so they read it and hopefully buy it. The flash is also used for the same effect as the 3 gigs poster is likely to pull in my target audience. The main image is used to pull in potential fans of the band. This is usually done in most magazines. Again, the reader may spot the magazine and buy it due to this. Although I cannot say that we are very famous or a band, the main article is the biggest part of the left third. The story is used to grip the reader into buying the magazine and obviously reading it. And like most music magazines, it is about the band on the front cover. The pull quote gives you an idea about the background of the article, showing that they are a bit unruly but unsure why people look down on them. This is very stereotypical of teenagers nowadays. The main image fills the front cover, showing that it is the most important and predominant aspect of the magazine. It represents my band as having a bit of an attitude but happy at the same time. This fits very well with the genre of the magazine, which is indie pop. 5 people commented on how the photography was their favourite part of the magazine and only 2 people disliked it. I used the photography of the main image to identify with the target audience, which is 16 to 24. The clothing worn by the band is very typical of modern society teenagers, and they are also in the same age range as the audience. The readers are more likely to identify themselves with us compared to rock 50-year-olds, helping the reader to understand the pull quote. A few people from my survey recognised this and said, the band members are young, which helps identify with the audience. 13 people agreed that my magazine is suitable for the 16 to 24 age group. The majority of people who answered my survey were in this age group. The features shown on my front cover are very conventional compared to magazines like NME and Q. My magazine uses a large masthead, slightly covered by the main image, a slogan, a flash, cover lines, a pull quote, the main article, the main image, the barcode, a web link, and the price and date of the magazine. One thing that does challenge the convention of my magazine style is the full title of my magazine in the top right hand corner. This is an unusual place as NME has New Musical Express under the masthead and a lot smaller. Although with all these similarities, 12 people from my survey thought it was alternative. Because of this, I saw that supermarkets and corner shops do not tend to sell alternative magazines. So I thought that my magazine could be distributed on the internet using Bauer. As this is an online service, teenagers are more likely to use it and pay less because it isn't a physical copy, but it is the same thing. Also, as my music magazine is very similar to NME, it would receive a lot of competition from it. But if I decided to publish it on Bauer, I would not have any competition against NME because Bauer Media do not publish it. I believe Bauer would distribute my magazine because of these few reasons. The colour scheme in my magazine is very consistent. Everyone in my survey agreed to this and 15 people liked it. The colours are very youthful and funky. This also sets the age range for my magazine as younger people prefer brighter colours. The price set for my magazine is £2.50. This is a fair price for teenagers compared to other magazines, but a few people thought it could be a bit lower. So if I was going to change anything, it would probably be the price.
I watch you from the window, looking this vicious room. You shudder when the wind blows, girl, you're looking beat and cold. Don't know your situation,
contents page is more unconventional compared to other music magazines, but the house style is still continued. The heading is the same font as the full title on my front cover. My masthead is shown in the bottom left hand corner, and the blue text is the same gradient colour as the blue behind the main image, all to help show that this page belongs to my magazine. A few new things that are introduced on this page are the curves, some new images, and the design behind the contents. The curves introduce a new colour scheme that contains the green, orange and purple gradients. These are used to show that each article is different, and on the second contents page they are used to show that each section is different. If I was going to make any changes, I would probably use an article from each section and assign them to the correct colours. The black background is also a large aspect of the house style. The design behind the font is made up of several brushes. This contrasts very well against the black, which helps to bring out the page. The flames on this bring out the attitude that is introduced on the front cover. The photography used on this page helps to introduce each article, and like other conventional magazines, these show the most important and enticing articles. The top image shows a picture of me in front of my preliminary CD cover. This helps the reader to identify with the band, as they may have heard or seen the album cover in a store or in iTunes. The centre image is a picture of an electric mast. This familiarises with the record label that is shown in the caption. The last image is a picture of a thumbs up and a thumbs down. The yellow hand portrays heaven, which relates to a good rating, whereas the red hand portrays hell, which relates to a bad rating. The flames shown behind it give the appearance that there is a fight between them. This helps to define the article as a rating battle. It is aptly named Rate It or Hate It. The second contents page has a very similar style to the first one. This is essential as they are part of the same thing. As I said before, each section coincides with the colours used on the first contents page. The text and page numbers are separated by a line. I use this on the front cover to separate articles and band names. This helps to the reader to distinguish one thing from another, resulting in the least amount of confusion. The colour of the text is the same as the front cover. This goes very well against the black background and is clear to read. Again, this continues the house style. I also use the masthead again, but this time only the M and the O. This makes the contents page seem more interesting and helps the reader to identify that this is part of the magazine. Two people thought that the contents page was the best part of the magazine and no one disliked it.